Hi everybody. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this image right here. The first thing you're going to need to know though is it's going to take a few steps. I'm going to tell you the equipment you're going to need to get or to bring along with you if you have it, the types of things you need to do to set up, and then the software we're going to need. So your first equipment item is of course going to be a digital camera. You will need one that either has a built-in intervalometer, like many of the professional grade DSLRs have, or you will need an attachable intervalometer. The intervalometer is 100% mandatory for this because it's the other option is to have a remote control and sit behind your camera for however long is needed and take a picture on a regular basis. Click, 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 until you've got enough images to make this. Once you have your intervalometer and your DSLR, you'll of course need a good lens, preferably a manual focus only lens, because you don't want the focus to be hunting between every image. Or if you have one that's either or, make sure that it's turned to manual focus. And you're also going to need a sturdy tripod. In my case, I had a sturdy tripod and then I also tied it to a fence to make sure that it wouldn't move. So for this image, I used my Pentax K3, and my lens was a Pentax smc-m 50mm 1 to 1.4, and that allowed me to focus exactly where I wanted, which was at the top of the lighthouse. I set the aperture to f5.6, ISO 100. For these types of shots, you want to use your camera sensor's native ISO, and the exposure time for each one was 1/640th of a second. And there's no flash, nothing like that. And then because it's an old manual focus lens, it's just stayed where I wanted it to be focused the whole time. And so I took the tripod, I roped it off to a fence, and the K3 has a built-in intervalometer. I just set it up for about 200 shots because I didn't know exactly how long I wanted to be out there. And that allowed me to create the files that I needed to create this single image. So now, once I had everything together, I opened it up in Adobe Photoshop CS6 Extended. That's the version I have. I don't know if this functionality is available in other versions. My understanding is that it is not available prior to CS6, or it is available in to a lesser extent. I don't know if all of the scripts are available, and I do not believe this is available in the non-extended version. So in Adobe Photoshop CS6 Extended, I went into File and Scripts, and then down to Statistics. In the Statistics, then, I set it up so that it was set on Stack Mode Maximum and to use Files. Then I went into the folder that I had all of the files in. And so this is the image we're going to make right here, number 22. So to recreate it, I'm going to go back to my originals folder, find the folder for image 22. I'm going to select all of these images with Control A. Actually, for this demonstration, what I'm going to do is select just 30 of them because it was a little bit faster. When I selected all of these, when I made the actual image, it had to render overnight. And so I selected 30 of these images. Now it's going to take however many you select, pull them up, you click OK. Now it's going to open up each of the images here in the bottom right corner. You can see it's going to open them all up as individual layers. And once it's finished opening them up as layers, it's going to, for maximum blending, what it means is it's going to take the brightest of each of the points, and that's going to be what shows through all of the layers. So once you've got it blended, now you'll want to crop it. I was just a little bit off in my framing, so I have to crop it slightly to make the horizons level. And you'll want to also flatten your image. Flatten. That's not flatten. Here we go. Flatten image, because now everything is still a masked layer. So now that it's flattened, you can do some different things. Adjust the tone and the colors. Actually, it looks quite nice as it is. Or sharpen it. It's always a good idea to do a very light, unsharp mask like this, and you can see you get just a little bit more acutance in the image, almost imperceptible in this. The lens is that sharp. That unsharp mask does almost nothing, but that just takes off any fuzziness that there might be. And there you have it. In this case, a completed picture. Now hold on for just a second and we'll take a look at the actual one again and see how that stacks up. And here we go. This is the finished product I went with after blending all 125 images together. And as you can see, what happens is it creates a very pleasing effect where the clouds are moving slowly across the scene, and you end up getting a sense of the 20 minutes that passed. If you have any questions, please leave those below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you have suggestions for other Photoshop techniques you'd like to see used to create images, please let me know. And if I know how to do it, some things in Photoshop I don't know, but a lot of things I do. But if I know how to do it, I'd be more than happy to make that video for you. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that I'm on the right track. And if this video was interesting to you and you liked seeing how I created an image in just a few minutes, let me know and I will be more than happy to make more of these videos in this same format, showing how I've made different images that I'm particularly pleased with, and give you some tips that maybe are a little bit of a Photoshop secret to you right now. And one last thing, thank you guys for watching.